Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. Welcome back to Marantz. Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'm actually going wild right now in my head. It's like going crazy. I'm going in circles. Because I'm doing a one take session here, no edits, no cuts, about private equity, leverage buyouts, and publicly traded companies, and how these private equity firms actually plant people on the board of directors and infiltrate the outcomes and manufacture the outcomes. And I've shown you a track record of it. Like if you guys have watched, this is Connect the Dots Part 81. If you guys have seen every episode, it's like me saying, "Hey, look at this person. Look where they were before. They bankrupt this company, this company, this company, this company. Check out what's happening." And I try to point out all the red flags. And then the part that was getting me today was I'm over here wrapping presents and I'm talking to people and we're opening gifts, and all I'm thinking about is Big Lots. And I'm like, okay, Big Lots. I don't get it. Like I get it, but I don't get it, right? So for those of you that don't know, Big Lots filed for bankruptcy, and they now say they don't have a deal, and they're going to file for bankruptcy, and it's all done, right? So the board of directors and the main board of director, the chairman of the board, and the CEO, he's telling everybody, it's just retail, it's a downturn, this is not a good time to be in business. It's like that's not true, Bruce Thorne. That is not true. The way they run their business, or the lack thereof, tells me everything I need to know. But it's because of who's on the board of directors that gave me the red flag, right? There's a reason I'm telling you all this. There's a reason why I focus on private equity. Because I want you guys to know something. I found it. I found the connect the dots. I found it. And blew my mind. Let me tell you. So there's these third-party private equity firms, these activist investors, Legion Partners, Ancura, and Macellum. And they've infiltrated multiple companies where they put people on the board of directors, and then they in turn do the wrong things at the right times. It's magnificent. How'd that happen? How did Bed Bath & Beyond go bankrupt? These same three companies took over Bed Bath & Beyond, and Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt on their own. They did it to themselves, voluntary bankruptcy. And then I followed all the directors, and I followed Macellum, I followed Ancura, and I found them over at Kohl's. And I'm like, okay, they're in Kohl's. Kohl's going to be going bankrupt. Kohl's is doing all the wrong things on purpose. Kohl's hired Thomas Kingsbury as a CEO. And then, recently he's stepping down and they got a new guy. But even the new guy, his track record is Forever 21, other bankrupt companies coming in, and now they're running your company. The last thing you want is for someone to have a track record in bankrupt companies. So I followed him, Thomas Kingsbury, at Kohl's. Just hear me out. And I saw their next investment from Macellum and Ancura, and I saw where they're at, and they're at Big Lots. And Thomas Kingsbury, the CEO of Kohl's, is on the board of directors at Big Lots. So I said, wait a minute. So he's going to drive that company into bankruptcy, because that's exactly what happened with Thomas Kingsbury. But, he comes from Federated, Ritchie's, Marantz, back in the 1980s and 90s, Macy's and May Company and Robinson's May, that whole retail footprint. We talked about it before. Connect the Dots Part 17. I've talked about this. I've talked about Zales Jewelers to, being bought out by Signet Jewelers, the parent company, and how all of those but who owns the bonds of these companies, right? Who's forcing the hand of these companies? It's like the unspoken rule of private equity. We're going to put our people in play. But I know it's a spoken rule because I've actually talked to an Apollo insider. And they gave me the heads up. They said, no, this is what we do. We vote along party lines. So here's the thing, guys. When I look at Big Lots and I see Bruce Thorne as the CEO, I said, well, where's he at? Where is he the board of directors? Because they just did a roundabout way to bankrupt all these companies. I don't want to show you guys what I found.
Hi, I'm Diane Sullivan, CEO, President, and Chairman of Brown Shoe Company. After careful consideration and diligent discussion among the executive team and with the approval from our board of directors and shareholders, Brown Shoe Company will become Caleres effective May 28, 2015.
So the Brown Shoe Company is going to become Caleres. Caleres is the spot. Caleres is athletic footwear. Caleres is a lot of shoe stores all into one. Established in 1878, they have tons of brands. They have famous footwear. That's what I meant, not athletic footwear. They have Dr. Scholl's. They have all these damn shoes here. I don't even know. Allen Edmonds. Franco Sardo, LifeStride, Vince, Victoria Beard, I don't know, Sam Eldman, who cares? Those are all the brands. And then here's all the executive chairs, here's all the people on the board of directors. Okay? And I'm going through and I'm watching and I'm reading, guys, and I see private equity everywhere. Like everywhere. Like they have all the history in the world of companies that have gone bankrupt, right? So when I click on them and I read them and I'm like, oh, okay, those are different companies. Those are different, they're chairman of this, they're that, whatever. And I started reading. And something caught my eye. And it's not just the fact they've been a part of like bankrupt companies and all of the above. It's like this. I'll give you the example. I come through here and I saw Bruce Thorn, CEO of Big Lots. I saw Jay Schmidt, president and CEO of the company. And Jay Schmidt comes from, Macy's and Maytag and Lord and Taylor. And he comes from that whole background. Nine West Group. A lot of them are from Nine West. But as I see all of these people here, I saw something. This is the board of directors, but when I look at the leadership, I go to the company and I see something. I see Natalie. I see Jack. I see Liz Dunn. And Liz Dunn is the one that popped up for me where I was like, wait a minute, I've seen her before. Right? I've seen Liz Dunn before. Liz Dunn is the Senior Vice President of Corporate Development and Strategic Communications. Some made a position. And you go look at her bio, it tells you she worked for Liz Claiborne, The Gap, Bear Stearns, and she has tons of experience in private equity and public companies as well. I'll tell you why I know Liz Dunn and how I know that this connects all the way through. GameStop board of director, there's 3 new board of directors, and they were Alan Adel, Ryan Cohen, and Jim Gruby. And when they came on to GameStop, 3 executives decided not to seek re-election, and that was Liz Dunn, the one you see there, Raul Fernandez, and J.K. James Schmack. Now, here's the thing about J.K. James Schmack. I already know he's private equity. I already followed his whole career. I know what's up. I know Liz Dunn is a problem for me too, because I just found her right now at Kalari's, where Bruce Thorn is as well, right? Bruce Thorn's a damn board of director here. But she's in the same spot. The lady who was supposed to bankrupt GameStop. Oh, you don't think it was supposed to bankrupt them? Right here, you're going to see this. This is in 2020. This all happened in 2020, 2021. You see, Bill Simon came onto the board for GameStop. And where is he? He's a senior advisor for KKR. James J.K. Schmack, you'll see him here, CEO of PetSmart. And he's also previously served as the president of CEO of Academy Sports and Outdoors. I've talked about this on the show before. I have a whole episode of Academy Sports and Outdoors. All private equity, all guys I wouldn't want to deal with. But this is the guy who serves on the board of directors of Chewy after Ryan Cohen sold them. Now, private equity took over all these guys, but you know what it doesn't show you on here? That, a GameStop insider here. That's not. You know what they don't show you here? On his experience, J.K. Schmack. J.K. is here. It doesn't show you. He has Academy of Sports. He has PetSmart. It doesn't show you GameStop, but it does show you that he's now the CEO of Signet Jewelers, as of last month. All right, listen up, guys. The same people that were on GameStop's board of directors before Ryan got there are now in charge of Signet Jewelers. And you don't know the history there? The parent company of Zales Jewelers. Sue Gove worked for them for 25 years. Zales. But this is all private equity for the last 30 years. He's the CEO of the damn company. And he was planted onto GameStop. But he's gone. Liz Dunn was at GameStop for 1 year on the board of directors, and she shipped out as well. She's over here at Kalari's. Bruce Thorn's at Kalari's. I'd love to see who else is at Kalari's too, if I take my time, right? Hey, Big Lots, you guys got run out of the building on purpose. Kohl's is next. We know what happened with Bed Bath & Beyond. And this is how they do it. They plant their people on the board of directors until someone like Ryan Cohen can push you out. But that's not what's happening. Follow it, guys. Connect the dots. Please listen to me. They were supposed to bankrupt GameStop, and they failed. They couldn't get it done, and they had all their people in place. Liz Dunn is a plant, for the lack of a better term. J.K. Schmack, look what he's doing now. And of course, Bruce Thorne over here with Thomas Kingsbury and whatever they're doing with Sue Gove. Those are all the connecting parts. Isn't that amazing? I found another GameStop executive connection all the way through. Good job, Bruce Thorne. Good job, Thomas Kingsbury. You guys drove a company into bankruptcy. And now you're over here at Kalari's. And you're paired up with Liz Dunn. It tells me everything I need to know. GameStop was supposed to go bankrupt. GameStop was to get shorted into oblivion. GameStop just hit $34 after you all said it was a $3 stock, $5 stock. Merry Christmas. Peace.